why they so much for my friend father. Fred, I have been tasked to present to you the hearts and the feelings of the Marcus, Paramount Chief, Governor Dustin as well. We are privileged as well to have Paramount Chief and the doctors around here. Our ceremony, which is a celebration or an event, is reserved only for the kings and all those who deem to be in the highest form of dignity. So today we feel that you deserve that honor because out of your stature as an individual, but stature as a person who has influenced and changed the lives of many people, including the people of American Samoa. And that's why we are indebted to you, Dr. McFarlane. Thank you for all that you've done down out of your goodness of it, not because of any rewards, but because you believe in helping people and improving their quality of life. And that we can never repay you. Wherever we can find some reward for you, you can. But Maputasi and Pomele, all of us, we ask God to please bless you. Continue to bless you whatever, with the mind, the health, and the wisdom to continue the work that you've done. I know you still have more to do. Use the experience and the gift of God that is given to you to help you. And we are indebted to you today. And we are fortunate to have the Maputasi here to be the representative of our government. We apologize for the governor and lieutenant governor not being here. The governor has a medical session going on right now. And LT also has some things to do, but that's not important. We have the Maputasi here, that's everybody else. So we thank the Maputasi for honoring you today and really for the opportunity to bring you down so we can tell you in person that we are thankful and we're grateful and we appreciate the work that you've done. So today we will partake in our ceremony to celebrate what you have done for people of American Samoa and to honor you for all that you've done. And as a person who's benefiting from San Diego State, I can never forget the president for the knowledge that I have. And so is the governor, lieutenant governor, and many of us who have had the fortune to be educated from San Diego. I hope that will continue in the future. But we certainly need to develop a younger generation, and the Maputasi and the governor are of the mind that the future of American Samoa depends on the capacity of our young people to take over intellectually. So I hope you will relate to your college and the University of San Diego that they need to apply that, continue to help us with that. So this morning, thank you. Our traditional culture of our ceremony. November the president, November just codified in our blood and they got the first right. They look at that. They got rid of something quite good. I saw you make up there. They I woke up. Over my go for it. I woke up those ideas. I woke up go for it. Yeah, I'm out here.
No one ever get away from my wife. I am sitting there and people work and they are very company no more. I want to have something up. I want to have the film and Maputasi. I was one and explain the value of the model for the model in Samoa. Or over my Mama, since if you have ever managed to oh, I want to have my soul.
Professor Emeritus. God is Lord. Years. Plus, they're still American Samoa. The people really the war. Samoa, they don't see any people. They don't see any box. You see my box. They're not really going. They're not going to war. I'm fucking going from there. They're going to the war. They're not there to the war. So, I'm going to the war. For all of the war. Thank God, give you 4 years. And listen to your wife. They're the real boss. Then you go back home to the land of the Aztec. Remember us, I know we live in May the good Lord bless you and your family. Unity, perfect. You are. Ava and First Lady, Cindy Molino, who's also a member of our council. And we really appreciate her being a member of our council. Kaya film mo kasi wala office mo ka sa Samoa at may sa fuel ko bang hindi ko malo okay fa tuyo na lang. Pagkaya foi ko fa you kung so swami mo office a may sa fuel office ko bang at sa na foi ko fa ya Sia malo fe ko lim malo neas. I think the Reverend said everything. I don't know if I can say anything else. Just turn the time over to what we dearly call Fred. Even though it's Dr. Fred, McFarlane Professor Emeritus from San Diego State University. I've known Fred for over 30 years. When I first took over the Vocational Rehabilitation Office in 1989, me and Fred, we stayed over here at the Rainmaker Hotel. And I asked Fred, what do I do now? He said, the world's your oyster. Do whatever you can do to help the people of American Samoa.
And I've asked Fred, why are we continuing, what is the purpose behind having people get their master's degrees, not from vocational rehabilitation, but from other offices? Fred told me that those are your partners. That's why we help those people. That's why we expand. Because you cannot just serve a group just by yourself. It has to be a partnership with everybody here in the territory. And that's why I love this man. I've been trying to do that ever since. Cindy, First Lady, Fred Black, baseball catch, because we know that the governor of baseball games. And this is the from Dr. McFarlane. And without further ado, I'm going to turn the time over so that Fred can give us his little spiel on him being here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and thank all of you for being here. I've known Pete for a long time, and acknowledging others is something I really enjoy doing. Being acknowledged myself is something I don't like to have done as part of that. But just a little bit of background. In about 1981, you started the Vocational Rehabilitation Program. And the following year, I came down and met with the person who was the director at that time. He was a contract worker. And I happened to know him because he got his master's 2 or 3 years after me. And so we had known each other a bit. And we were at the Rainmaker, and he said, I want to be the first and the only contract worker in vocational rehabilitation in American Samoa. And he said, I want you to help us make that happen. And so we talked a bit. And the more he talked, it wasn't about continuing vocational rehabilitation. It was really acknowledging the competency and the professionalism and the quality of the leaders that already existed. And it was looking at how do you not just raise those individuals in their positions, but how do you give them the credentials that gives them both credibility, but also sets the stage not just for now, but for years to come. And so we worked with him to appoint the first Samoan director, Ken Maliaki, as part of that. And working with Ken, we started the master's program here. I'd like to say our university was 100% behind it, but I kind of failed to tell the university we were doing this. I did tell our dean, and that was about the extent of our engagement, because I knew it would take too long. We all work in bureaucracies, but universities are some of the slowest bureaucracies. And so we had that first cohort, and it's great to see some of the individuals that are here. And that was in 1986. We were learning as you were learning, as we were going through. We had some commitments. And one of the first commitments was we would go through as a group. And it would be a cohort group of students, but also a cohort group of faculty who were a part of that. It was our learning as well as your learning. We would make sure that we used all of the standards that were required by the university, but we would put it in a Samoan context. And I can remember some discussions that we had, Tatsi, about how do you lead from a Western philosophy and a Samoan philosophy at the same time. I don't know if we've ever answered that, by the way. as we went through that. But it was part of that discussion. How do we bring your culture and your values and your expectations to be a part of those learning experiences? If we now go ahead, and those group of individuals graduated in 1986, and using the model that we started here and with your engagement, we've subsequently provided similar models in the Republic of Palau, the Federated States of Micronesia, the Commonwealth of the Northern Marianas, and the Republic of the Marshall Islands as a part of that. When we look at those programs, they're based on what we learned from you. They're based on how the students committed to this, how they work as a cohort, and as was mentioned, how they supported each other. I was smiling when you talked about the tsunami that hit, and we only had one course to go. I know in San Diego, we're like, okay, how do we finish this degree and acknowledge the contributions and the challenges that everybody was facing? And it wasn't us who decided that, it was you. As Pete had mentioned, we didn't focus it just on disability. Contrary to what Pete has asked me a couple of times, I wasn't here when the rehab program started 100 years ago. Sometimes I feel like it, but I wasn't. But I spent about a half a century in this field of rehabilitation. And one of the things that I know is not done in isolation. The only way for it to work is to have it be a part of the community and to engage individuals from a wide range of disciplines and backgrounds and experiences. And so it's working as that team across disciplines, across organizations, and across areas of expertise coming together to change this. I've been an educator for a long time, and I say, I take the title of educator both with pride and with humility. I have to believe that I have to be a lifelong learner, and that I have to be able to learn from the students that I engage with and the folks that are involved in the process. Only in that way will I remain relevant and be able to be a part of the learning process. As the Reverend mentioned, I've had the opportunity over the years to work with individuals in about 50 different countries in the world. I'm almost every continent except Antarctica. I don't think I'll do that as part of it. But I've had that opportunity, and that's been a privilege, but it's also been an amazing learning experience. Because when you sit with individuals, it's not about their differences, it's about their commonalities. One of the parts that I have felt, ever since the first time I landed here in 1982, approximately, was a comfort. I felt at home. And I think it's from the spirit that you demonstrated, it's the caring that you have, and it's the commitment that you make to each other, and you're improving the quality of life for each of the individuals here in American Samoa. So this isn't an honoring of me, this is a recognition of all of your contributions. And it's also, I would like to pose a challenge to you. And that challenge would be, how do you pay this forward? How do you pay this forward, not just for your generation, or your children's generation, but your children's generations? How do you continue to instill in them the quest for learning, the quest for making a difference, and the quest to always be engaged in improving quality of life, both for themselves and those who are both fortunate and not as fortunate? So that would be a challenge that I would leave with each of you. And I'd like to close with the idea that education isn't the only solution, but it is the first solution. Without an educated community and educated about what are your values and your beliefs, we have nothing else to build on. So I challenge you to develop that education for your families, for your colleagues, and for your future. Again, thank you very much for the honor, but it really is a recognition of what each of you accomplished. And that's who should be honored. Thank you. Thank you very much.